What's up, everybody? I'm Ryan Kruesi. I've got a Law Tiger pump full of strike force. We've got some illegal foreigners in the house. And today, we're gonna start building a fast Johnny with a bunch of weird plastic stuff. Oh man, that's powerful. That's what we're working on. Today, we've got a fast Johnny build. We've been talking about that a lot. We're starting the process today, but we're also going to use this build to do a little bit of mock-up. This bike is getting a swing arm. It's going to Trask Performance swing arm. We're going to be putting that in, so we need to tear the stock one out. So since we're tearing the stock one out anyways, we're going to do some mock-up on a swing arm that we have coming out with Archetype. This is a Softail swing arm. This is just 3D printed and very, very prototype-ish right now. But these guys bolt up here. Not like that. That's not how they go. These guys bolt up here like this and down to here. And then you've got your standard Softail swing arm. Then you can take this off, bolt this dude on here, and then you can bolt shocks on, and then you've got a swing arm conversion all in one. And today, we're gonna try and see if we can get this shit to fit. We've got a major situation with this. This is why you prototype things in plastic and not metal. We need to make, see the problem? All the electrical system is right here in the way. That's why they put this plastic shit right here, and this is fully open. This window, the whole electrical system for the Softails sits right here. Sits inside that. So we've got a major situation to where we need to make this a window like that, but then that's gonna be really thin on the outside, so I don't know. Right now, I need to break this dude off of here.
Here we go.
Look at that, keyed in. I mean, really cool design if it would have worked. Do we do it backwards?
No, that's gonna give us deep farther in now. Oh, maybe not.
I mean, it's gonna give a massive amount of angle on the suspension.
That'd look kind of cool though. Rake it out like a
lift kit.
50s hot rod.
Lift kit, let's go. Long travel suspension. Let's go. Dirt Kings, you owe me money. Let's go stick this in the bike and take a gander at it. But most likely we're gonna pop this off, get this in mocked up, and then just try and get some kind of measurement on what it's gonna look like that. Oh, knees. Oh, knees. It's gonna
jack her up.
It's gonna sit about that high is what it boils down to. So
I think we're gonna be too wide on the side. Shave that down.
that dude's too thick, so she needs to come down. But then we've got, look, if this was in all the way, this is also a problem.
It's hitting too far in on here.
Yeah, like this whole scenario right here needs to move this way.
Back.
Let's go take a look at this wheel real quick. I want to stick the wheel on the back of it and see where the wheel lands, and then we can take a measurement on how far we can move this back, and then we can probably just cheat the whole thing out.
Sure.
Do you suffer from holelessness? What you need to do is go to KruesiOriginals.com, spend $5, and you could possibly win a motorcycle that cures holelessness, sadness, grouchiness.
Richness.
It cures richness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take care of that real fast. Ooh.
That's a little breaky.
Yeah,
there.
she broke. Don't move. We've got zero room.
No articulation.
And that's at the back of the adjuster all the way, so if we were to move this adjuster
Forward,
there's no movement there.
So I think it's back to the drawing board 100% on this thing, or at least 85. Always fun, the R&D game. Is this about the point where you go ride mountain bikes?
This is the time when we just stare at it for a long period of time and let my imagination work.
There you go.
So what it boils down to, it's the next day. I've done lots of imagination time. And what it boils down to is it's not gonna work. So that swing arm, how we wanted to do it a Softail style so you could go both ways on it, it's just not gonna be a product that is going to be as solid as we want it to. Where is the swing arm?
I tossed her just down over here.
My foreign friend Derek is grabbing it for us right now. Yes, He came over legally.
Barely.
Barely.
Barely, bud.
Barely. So, this guy, how we had the top piece over here, we wanted to be able to remove this and then be able to switch to a dual shock mount conversion. But in order to have this where we want it to be, it's going to be very thin over here, and it would be perfectly fine, I'm sure, but in my mind, I don't feel like it's strong enough because I like overkill on everything on a motorcycle because motorcycles kill you. So I think everything should be overdone and over strong no matter what the scenario is. And this will be machined from one solid block of aluminum, which is, it's going to be fucking expensive, let's be real. So all this R&D is a lot. So what we're going to do is we want to bring the swing arm conversion back. We used to use the Dirty Bird ones for a long time, and I'm honestly just not stoked on how those swing arms are working out anymore. So we want to make our own, but out of billet and adjustable. So the problem with the other ones that we used to use is it's set in one place. So when I did the chopper, I had to cut the tabs off and move them to get the thing set at the height I wanted to. Unless you're riding air ride, but I hate air ride. I want real suspension on my motorcycle. So we're gonna basically develop this into a swing arm conversion only. So you'll have this mount, which if you run a 13-inch shock with it in the front, you will be very tall in the back. But we'll have a mount here, a mount here, and a mount here. So you can slam it on its ass, you can go medium, you can go high, you can go crazy tall. You'll have an infinite amount of options to set this up. That's happening. We already had the new design work, everything is going on. It's already in the works. It will be coming. This will probably take months, honestly, to actually have this ready to go. So if you guys are like, what's up with that swing arm? Just be prepared to wait a little bit because it is coming. But we're gonna move forward on this guy. Fast Johnny time's going down. We do have a swing arm for this already. This is getting a Trask Performance swing arm. It was already part of the build, bought a long time ago. Super nice swing arm. It is a lot like billet Legos. Let's take a look. That's a lot of parts. So we got to bolt all this stuff together. One thing that's pretty cool is you can make this an extended swing arm. You can set it up factory or you can stretch it if you want to. I would never want to do that. Maybe if you're building a drag bike or something like that, it would be cool for drag racing, 100% to have the back longer. But other than that, stretching a swing arm is not going to do anything good for you. It's not going to handle better. It's definitely not going to drift better. That's for sure. And it is just going to be a novelty kind of thing. But if you are drag racing, I would say this is going to be really, really nice to have. Stretching the ass out for some drag racing would be good. And Trask does build ridiculously powerful motorcycles, so there's a lot of dudes drag racing them and going really, really fast. We're gonna put this thing together. It locks together, it keys together, it's got a lot of hardware. It comes with some really nice, a whole entire book. A book for directions. Like
Pictures and pictures.
It's pictures. Wow. You actually don't even have to read shit. You can just look at this like a comic book and just enjoy the art and start putting things together. But they really thought this out, and the detail is very extreme. Like just the manufacturing behind this book alone right here to have this shit printed would be, you're not getting a book like this with Kruesi Originals parts, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can figure that shit out yourself, but that's really nice. So today, we're playing with Legos. Big billet Legos. It is a lot of stuff that bolts together. I kind of don't like that, to be honest. That makes me leery when it comes to a swing arm and having so many bolts and so many parts, moving parts that are bolted together on a vibrating Harley-Davidson, but it is all keyed and it is all large grade 8+ hardware, and we will be Loctiting and torquing the living shit out of all of this, and it is a very, very tight tolerance on everything and is very well fitted and very well made. All right, we're gonna do just a little Lego stabbing, just to get a look at it kind of together, just so I kind of have a nice guess. Because there is lots of pictures and it is quite the detailed thing, but it is also a little challenging to see what's going on in the pictures, to be honest. So I think we kind of mock assemble this thing up. It would make life just simple down the road. Get a good look at what she's gonna look like. And in the directions, the hardware is titanium. Overkill. I love it. That changes everything. If you've ever torqued a titanium bolt, it's unreal. When you torque a bolt, torque spec is the yield of the bolt. It's how much the bolt can stretch. It ain't got shit to do with what it's torquing into unless it's a head bolt or something, but it's all about the yield of the bolt, how much the bolt stretches. That is what torque spec is all about. Titanium is different. So when you torque a regular like stainless or grade 8 bolt and you're torquing it and you're like, click, that's the bolts. You're feeling the stretch of the bolt at that point. It's going, and then bam, she clicks into place. Titanium, once it's seated, it just goes, it's just, that's it, man. It's just locked in. There is no stretch. So it is a much more accurate torque. I like that a lot. This thing's gonna be pretty light too, I would imagine. And to be honest, how the hell do we compete with this? Building a Softail swing arm. This thing is unreal. So if we're gonna build one, I wanna build one that's different. So first step is bolting these dudes on with some 1/2" titanium hardware. I can't believe they use titanium. Trask definitely does not play when it comes to building the performance doodads. So it's a 12-point 1/2". These guys right here. See my finger right there? Mm-hmm. So that 1/2" bolt is probably getting almost every bit of that 1/2" thread engagement. Which you only need like, technically it's like half of the diameter of the bolt thread engagement to make it active thread. And these are 3/8, so technically you only need like, I don't know what half of 3/8 is, some 1/16. Mm-hmm. A 1/16, realistically, but I would never do that. But a 1/2" is almost twice as much as this bolt actually needs. So that's pretty cool. I need to get some tools, some hardware, and as I go get those, contemplate this fact. We're really close to 100,000 subscribers. So go tell a bunch of your friends and maybe your mom and her friends and whoever else and spread the word. And help us get to 100,000 because it'd be real, real sick to get that plaque to hang on the wall. Actually, I'm just gonna wear it on a chain around my neck for the rest of my life. I got a pretty bad neck though.
I was gonna say, you don't have enough neck problems, huh?
Yeah. Big old girthy chain. I think it'll be worth another neck surgery to put a solid silver plaque around my neck. Dude, I didn't get very far. Fucking holes are off center. Who do we deal with over there now with this type of shit?
I don't think we've had to yet.
Well, okay, so I didn't make it very far. First step is a bust. This hole is completely off center, so the collar of the bolt jams into this, and the same with this one. So let's try the back one. We might be sending this dude back. Keeping a positive mindset. Are you going? Are you going? That one went in beautifully. Yes. Come on, baby. Beautifully again. Beautifully perfect. Hell yes. Okay. Let's torque that bitch. What does it say?
32 foot-pounds.
Alright, that side is dialed. That is not. It's fucked. Look at the holes. See the center hole and then the relief for the bolt head, how far off they are from center? I would say this dude probably just got bumped in the fixture when she was machined, which that shit does happen. When you're buying this kind of high-level custom stuff, this can happen. So you know what you do in this situation. You don't go bad-mouthing the company. You don't go talking a bunch of shit and hating on email. You just reach out and go, hey guys, I see this one may have gotten off a little bit. Can I get another arm? And Trask will go, fucking A, you can. We'll send one right out now because they're good company and they're good customer service. And this stuff happens, and that's how you deal with it. You don't be a cunt. You be like an understanding person that realizes that this is a crazy amount of technical work right here, and things can get off center and it can happen. So I'm gonna call Nick right now. We're gonna get another one of these and we're gonna straighten it out.
I wait for someone to save.
Here we are. Trent got all excited and put this thing in because we got a different arm from Trask. This was just off by a couple thou. It probably just got jogged in the shit when they're machining it. Like I said before, that stuff happens. And they are a very good company who was just immediately, yeah, dude, we'll take care of it. Boom, done, fixed. Because when you're building something this custom, and in a lot of them, in a mass production kind of thing, things can happen. So when you're dealing with a custom part like this or an object or anything, you always need to realize that just like life, shit just don't bolt up. It takes skill and experience to know what you're looking at and know what you're doing when you come to these points right here. And when you do, reach out to the company in a mature and adult and professional way and be like, hey man, I'm having a little bit of a problem with this. And I guarantee you 95% of every company out there will just take care of it. They're gonna help you out. We're gonna help you out. Whatever company it is we're working with, we're gonna help you out and it's gonna make it right, because that shit happens. It's just life, and these companies take care of you, and it's a good process. Don't just be a prick, and don't be scared to ask for help. Everyone needs it once in a while. And you know, most of these companies will help you out. So she's all together. It's really dialed. It is a nice looking piece of equipment. It is extremely tight tolerances, which you want tight tolerances, but which also, when the tolerances are so tight, when they're off by a tiny bit because of maybe a little bit of a jog in the machine, things can be off. So literally, quick fix. Trask is also close to here, so we just drove up there, got a new one, and they fixed it real fast. It was beautiful. Other than that, we're ready to go. This dude is in, it's fully torqued down, all the fancy stuff is in. We've got a Legends coil up in here that we installed yesterday as well. This is a tall one, right? What's the height on this guy?
I want to say it's 13.5.
I think that's as tall as they make, don't they?
Yeah.
They make a 14?
I don't think so. I could be wrong though.
It's whatever the...
I haven't been a parts guy in a while.
We're not parts guys, so whatever Tommy put together, we're putting it on. It is a Legends. The Legends is definitely one of the best coils I've ran on these. That are the most... It's the only Softail shock that makes the Softail feel like it has suspension. Because otherwise, the rear end of a Softail doesn't feel like it has suspension for the most part. It normally feels like you're just riding a brick with a shaft in it that doesn't move. Because the geometry of this, let me quickly explain how suspension works. When a swing arm moves up and down, it doesn't move up and down in a straight line. It moves in a crescent shape like this, right? It does a whoosh. And then this suspension, which is sitting like this, and then you have this guy down here, which you can see. So when this pushes up, in theory, this is gonna drive up into this shock, right? So it should be pushing the shock this way. But that's not how a swing arm works. A swing arm doesn't work in a straight line. It's not gonna just push that shock into a straight line, because this isn't gonna go straight back. It's gonna go like this. It's gonna rotate. This shock isn't made to do that, the design of this. So with the stock suspension on these, you usually end up in just a bind, a bind, a bind. And it's pretty awful. Most people don't really realize that, because in comparison to Dynas, it still feels so much better because you've got a balanced drivetrain that is hard mounted to the chassis. There's no rubber bushings or anything to make the body swing. Like when you're riding down the road on a bagger or a Dyna or any rubber mount Harley-Davidson, you always have that like sway, you know, that you can feel. That's because it's rubber mounted, which is on purpose to eat up the vibration and stuff like that, because a lot of people cry about vibration when they ride a Harley, which blows my mother mind, to be honest. Why are you even riding it in the first place? But other than that, it is just, it's a geometry thing. And it's the big argument of, well, sport bikes and dirt bikes have been running monoshocks forever and they're badass, but it ain't a monoshock like this. It's a monoshock on a link system, usually like a 3-link. So the monoshock will be sitting in the same plane as the suspension, and it runs off of a link system. So now when the suspension goes like this, the shock also compresses like that, instead of being like this. And the shock's really just trying to go like this instead of what you think it is. There's a little bit of education for everybody. But other than that, this one feels really, really good. As far as a Softail rear end can feel good.
With like the 2 inches of travel that you do get before the bind, it feels great.
I think 2 inches of travel is generous.
But, you know,
I think that's
example.
Generous. Yeah. I can tell you how much travel it has. Hold. We're gonna take a little, this is a shit wave. Holy foreskins. Want to take a guess on how much, just stroke travel to bump stop. This is full droop right now, right? Full extended to bump stop. What do you think we got? 1 inch and 3/8.
Ah.
Let's check a stock one. Do we still have a stock one here, or we get rid of them?
The shock?
Yeah.
We have the stock shock over there, yeah.
Okay, hold. It's also extremely heavy compared to the aftermarket shock. Gonna go to bump. It's got 1.5 inches to the bump stop, but look down in here. See all the watermarks where the shock is never touched? It doesn't go that far.
I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but
probably not, but you've got polish, and then you can see right where it stops, the stopping point. And that's at 1.25 inches. So I would say the travel, as far as the full length of stroke on these shocks, is the same. The Legends, I would say, has more of a usable travel for one reason only. If you look at this is a pressed-in rubber bushing. Pressed-in rubber bushing that doesn't allow for rotation. So when this shock's being compressed by that swing arm, like I said before, how it goes like this, it's not just pushing the shock in and out. That's not how this is even, the geometry is not correct for that whatsoever. It's pushing like this. It's wanting to rotate this up and drive it in. So it's more of a pry, but when this thing can't actually rotate, which holy shit, this is on bearings. I'm talking out my ass right now. I didn't even notice that. This is a bushing. So the back can rotate, so the swing arm can drive it up while it's pushing it down. So when you're compressing, it's going like this. Compression, compression. Which it's smart this is bearings right here, because if they didn't, this suspension wouldn't even work. It would be a rigid.
that puts a lot of stress on that back.
On that back one, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is realistically the most of the suspension you're getting out of this rear end is this. You're doing this, and you're just squeezing the shit out of this a little bit, and then this is just getting bound up like a son of a bitch up here. The Legends has heim joints front and rear, top and bottom. So that way that whole thing can rotate and compress. If you want to see more about this and how we got really in depth, if you go into our Track Rider playlist, that's how we built a Softail into our Bagger Race League bike, and we did a full swing arm conversion. We did the swing arm conversion. There's 2 playlists. It's the Street Rider. That's when we converted a Softail into a stunt bike, which they're awful stunt bikes. They wheelie terribly with this setup back here. It's awful. But when you do a swing arm conversion, outside shocks, it wheelies like a Dyna, but better, because it's a smoother, better drivetrain. This drivetrain is far superior to a twin cam. There is a lot from here forward. This is an absolutely superior motorcycle. From here backwards, it is not. So if you go from here back to Dyna style or Bagger style outside shock, full stroke geometry, because when they're lined up like that, now you're in the right plane for the suspension, then you've got one of the most amazing motorcycles ever. And we proved that in the Bagger Race League by absolutely crushing every single monoshock Softail that was racing out there. You can watch all that, get into depth, how we set it up, all the testing, all the tuning, all the shit, all that. That's in those playlists. Go check them out. It was a really, really good time. And that whole build series is kind of actually what built our YouTube. If you kind of want to see how it all started popping off, that's where it started. We did a lot of racing. Cost us a lot of money. Today's just a day of learning for everyone. You're going to get a wealth of information today. If you're going to do a chain drive kit, there are specialty tools you have to have. The molecules expand. When you expand the molecules in the metal either. So you want to be pushing into the metal flange At a bit of an angle.